And in by Richard, so when he counts us in and we're live. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. You nearly messed that up, didn't you? Yeah. Okay, right. Have you had a nice weekend? Yeah? Yes? Good. Tonight we got some wonderful mediums and a treat. We got an artiste. Her name's Joanna? No, it's not Joanna. And so without further ado, we just get on with it. So I'd like to introduce to you, because I'm going to get names wrong tonight, I know I am, Ashley Robinson and Helen Rogerson. This is not working. 1, 2, 3.
Get them on to me.
Robinson and Rogerson. Say that quickly.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening from me, Ash.
And me, Helen.
So, hey, mate. Come on, I think we could do a bit better now. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from me, Ash.
And me, Helen.
Hey! There was a premature greeting at the back there, but that was absolutely fantastic. Right, we're really looking forward to working with you, and all mediumship is experimental, but if this experiment goes well in particular, what's going to happen is I'm going to give you some evidence of a communicator, and I'll be looking for you to verify that you understand them, and under extreme time pressure, Helen will be frantically channeling art, which will hopefully be of significance to you and the message too. So that's the plan. I'm going to be working over the next sort of 35-40 minutes with Helen, and we're going to try and deliver a couple of messages. What I need from you is I need you to be interactive. You can be gobby as long as you be charming, and let us know that the information is with you. How does that sound? Okay. Anything you want to add?
No, I'm just hoping it works.
Yeah. I'm sure it will. Okay, folks. So my first communicator that's with me, and the challenge for them all today is they're working with us, collective consciousness, my friend Bill Hughes once used as a sort of a term in modern times. And I absolutely love that. We've seen so much of it over this weekend. That's exactly what Helen's sort of guide team and I are attempting to do. We're working at that same sort of frequency. Now, it doesn't mean that the communicator themselves are being drawn. Okay, what it means is that energy, that link, that communication, we are getting in at that same level. Okay, so they're influencing the channeled art. And like a parachute, keep your mind open. It works better that way. And look for the art of the possible within the art and within the message. So my first communicator is a lady. A lady from East Germany. A lady, and as this lady communicates to me, she talks about being family. She takes me over towards the left-hand side of her body around her heart. She talks about heart failure. She talks about being a mother and grandmother. She talks about being a grandmother, and in reference to you on Dad's side of the family, she's given me a curly C. I don't know why it's curly. I think it's because I've got an 8-year-old, and we talk about curly C's and kicking K's, but it's a curly C. Charlie, ch-ch-ch is the noise I've got. Ian Mason, you understand this? Okay, you understand who the lady is at the moment? Okay, she's also given me an anniversary in February, and I'm towards the end of February. I know February's a shorter month, but she's actually talking about something you've done of significance. A weird date, isn't it? It's only every couple of years, 29th of February, okay, of being of relevance to you. You'd understand an anniversary marked around that time.
I can't place that at the moment, Ash, to be honest.
Let's ask her then why she would mention it. Okay, she's saying, yeah, you do. That makes sense. Okay, she said that makes sense why you didn't send a card. Right. Okay, it's something to do with a proposal around an anniversary, and there's a wedding anniversary that links to a proposal. There's something around a leap year and a proposal around Valentine's Day and celebration at the end of February.
I can't place that if I'm honest.
Okay,
right
I'm
now.
definitely over here on this table. You understand who the communicator is.
Yes,
I might
I
have a
do.
second communicator
The name's correct as
coming in
well.
as well. Because Mark, I heard of Mark as well. Mark, I know that you're on the table, you're not far from him. Would you understand this proposal around Valentine's Day in this sort of leap year and the anniversary towards the end of February?
No.
Mr. Pender?
Yeah, my mum proposed to my dad on the leap
On-
year.
on the leap
yeah,
year.
and my nan's Catherine.
Your nan's Catherine as the curly C. Right, let me just, because I might have two different communicators. Your nan was Catherine.
Yeah.
Okay. Ian, was it your nan, your dad's mum?
Yes.
And you understood the significance of the C as well?
Charlie, yeah, which is
Okay.
my husband and my son.
Okay. Let me give me something else. Okay, I think I've got two split links at the moment. I'm going to split them up. Ian and Dean. Okay, right. Yes, okay, because I know you both. You don't know each other, do you? Have you done any DNA tests? You related? No? Yeah.
I did wonder where you got your good
Nice way to link it.
Just call me Dad.
Yeah. And this is your life. Okay, right. That's the wedding anniversary that she would mark. And it was your dad's mum as well, Dean, in the spirit with a C.
that's
Okay. And was it also heart failure?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got two nans with dodgy tickers that have all turned up at the same time. And the Fennery anniversary is with you. Dean, I'm actually going to work with Dean first, actually, and then Ian, I'm going to come back to you because I think the first lady that came through, she was talking about okay, but your nan, Ian, she was making reference about her being. She's very cheeky. You've got a cheeky nan. Yeah, she was talking about the line. She's talking about your hairline, okay? She's talking about it being slightly further back than when she first remembers when she used to comb your hair. Polite way. But she was also being drawn in and magnetised by rights. But Dean, as I've got this lady that's claiming to be your nan, she's the one that's telling me, she goes, well, I've been influencing the drawing, so Ian can wait. Your nan's a bit more bossy, okay? And Ian's nan's cheeky, and she's fine, she's happy with that. Your nan's in charge, okay? She's like school matron sort of in charge. Not carry-on matron, that's a different type of cheeky, isn't it? But yeah, I'm in charge, I'm headmistress, and you're going to listen to me. I can talk with authority, but I'm actually quite gentle. My personality may even be described as timid, but you know if I'm talking, and you would stop and pause. Okay, that's the sort of the sense of that personality. And she was talking about influencing this drawing. She was quite excited about that. She was talking about the powerful women within the family. It was her son that was proposed to on the leap. You would understand that. About time, because he just was waiting for. So like, should have got on with it, and I'm glad that she was strong. He's a good man, Dad. But behind every good man is an even better woman that will propose if the proposal doesn't come. Okay, and she was just talking about that. Very, very proud and very fond of your mum. Proud to include her within the family, and felt like she really inherited a daughter as well as gaining that sort of the in-law. Losing her son, she didn't lose him. She got someone else to look after him.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, that's what she was just saying. And she really loves this concept of the arch. She's standing on a milk crate, okay? She's talking about the fact that she didn't always have the height to see what was going on, but she was quite nosy. She was quite interested.
Okay.
Yeah, does that make sense? So she's brought over a milk crate. She tells me she was looking for Yellow Pages. I think everyone in the room, hopefully, there's a few younger people that would know what Yellow Pages is. She's talking about wanting to gain the elevation, to peep over and look. And she's sort of choreographing. She's influencing the drawing here. Your nan's also fascinated by the animal kingdom, okay? And this level of intelligence within the animal kingdom. She says that by working tonight and working with the art, that she's sort of, all of her wildest dreams have sort of come true in terms of what she can influence in the drawing, okay? Yeah. And she's likening it to an ice cream. She said she quite enjoyed an ice cream and the sprinkles and the different flavours and the sauces. And she feels like she's an ice cream parlour of psychic art. She said, I'll have some of that. And can we have that animal? And I would like that over there. The only thing she can't do is she should move it. She would like to have moved something. She was just talking about the bottom right-hand side here. We'll have to see what the significance of that was at the moment because she wanted it on the other side. But she was talking about influencing. It'll be interesting what Helen says because she's talking about mirror images on the sides, okay? Lovely lady in charge wants to give you a bit of a stern talking to because as well as sending you her love, she says, you need to get on with it now. Next chapter awaits you, and if you've been waiting for a sign, this is your sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she has come through and said that before.
Just keep on keeping on. There is an element, and I don't want to go too much into private life at the moment, but she says, just remind him he's much braver than he thinks he is, and you've got this, son, all right? You've got this. Keep on keeping on, right? I'm going to hand the microphone to Helen, that's going to describe some of the artwork for you. Dean in the black.
Oh, yeah.
Hi,
Sorry,
Dean.
hi.
Hi.
You're right.
Sorry. So in it, I didn't see you, so sorry. Yeah, so can you see it all right?
Yeah.
Bring round a bit.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, so let me know if you can see, but here we have, there's this butterfly wanted to come through really quickly. That was
Yeah.
one of the first things that came through.
Yeah.
And it was like coming out of the head of this sort of being here, which felt like quite strong. He felt like quite sort of this fairy energy, but really strong energy. And I think that at the back here, interesting, I drew something to, like you said, was the balance of it. But it felt like the light in the back and the light in the front, I guess. So it's like remembering, like the energy all around you, not just in sort of one-dimensional.
Yeah. Sorry.
And then from the butterfly, it just felt, it's just like all this sort of naturey and growth coming out of it, like this real kind of, you're well and truly transformed into this beautiful butterfly. And then it's like, what's growing from that? It's like, we can do these big transformations, and then what, So it's sort of showing that is on its way, this more growth here. And then this came through. It felt quite bear-like. It felt like a bear, but again, I think with these, it's like take them and let them speak to you. Those that I've worked with this weekend know that they just keep speaking to you and they keep talking. So see what you're drawn to in the picture, and but definitely a balance of energy to help. Now the transformation has happened, to help that more growth come through, but really positive.
Thank you. Yeah. Lovely. Thank you.
That was your message and that was your drawing. Really nice. Yes, so we can make sure. I work really well as a door, less so as a window. So yes, if I am you do get the chance to see the psychic art. And as you see, folks, there's our first drawing that sort of comes in there. You've got real beautiful sort of collage of different images and sort of perhaps different meanings and things. And, I think that, sometimes a bit like those magic eye posters when you look at things from sort of different angles, because this character here, we're talking about the bear, I even almost see like a baby face here on this sort of side as well. And your Nam is just saying, she goes... Okay, thank you. Slow down. She's very fast, Dean. She was just saying, I like babies and pigs, so it was a baby-pig hybrid that she influenced. And she was just sort of talking about that. She goes, but it came out as a bear, and I like the bear because the bear was stronger. But she was talking about almost like flooding. And I don't know if you had lots of vivid images from this, Dan.
Very busy, I found myself having to sort of just breathe and stop, because I'm like, well, where are we going here? Where are we going?
And like my 5-year-old in that ice cream parlour, she's now got that sugar rush because she's enjoyed doing it. But thank you, Dean. Okay, so Ian, we had a woman here claiming to be your nan. She was talking about the cancerous type condition. She was also talking about investigator, okay? And she was talking about investigation. You know who you communicate with, you started to evidence that. She was very cheeky and quite laid back, and she was quite happy for sort of Dean's nan to go first, even though she drew my attention to you first of all. Because as soon as you put your hand up, she says, that's my boy. And she was quite proud about that. She was sort of waiting for that moment to sort of to be influenced, to have that opportunity to communicate. And as she was communicating with me, she sort of let Dean's nan just sort of take over. She goes, "Go on, love, give it a go. It's easy."
She was a people pleaser.
Yeah, my boy will wait. He knows I'm here, and she was quite sort of funny. But while she's there, and I always talk, folks, if you haven't seen me work, and I'm looking around again at the age of the room. I think most of you remember the show Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
I always imagine in my own mind's eye this little waiting room they had in Quantum Leap, where Dr. Sam Beckett had vanished into the Quantum Leap accelerator, but all the people whose personalities were in that sort of waiting room. And that's the way that I've built kind of the waiting room in my own. She's in there telling sort of cheeky jokes, but she's also sort of got absolutely no filter whatsoever. She's commenting on the spiritual bodies that people have created for herself. And as she was talking to Dean's nan and getting her to talk, she's going, "You do know you can recreate your body without any of the imperfections, love, don't weren't you? And she was sort of teasing her. And she was like, this is me, this is how I was. Your nan, Dean, was very comfortable in her skin. And actually she owned it. She hasn't sort of made herself any younger or anything like that. And actually she was very proud of her hair, Dean, she was just telling me.
Curly hair, yeah. Yeah, she done
Perm or
TV
something, yeah.
and all that.
Okay, so Ian, your nan's chance now. So she's finished entertaining, and although she holds the crowd and holds court in that way, she doesn't want the limelight. Okay, she doesn't want to star in the show. She's just quite happy in her own little corner, her own little court. And she said, I had time to think about my drawing and what I was going to sort of influence. And she's telling me, she's talking about interfaces, and she's talking about investigation, okay? And she knows that you're working with alternative, and Helen's laughing, so I think she's picking up that same sort of personality. I know a little bit about the mediumship work, the psychic work, the healing work you're doing.
Yeah.
She's talking about, she's bringing out this sort of Inspector Clouseau's sort of magnifying glass, and she's talking about searching and investigating and doing more, okay? And as she does that, and she talks about influencing the drawing, which she wants to do, she introduces another communicator, okay? And this communicator is saying, he's worked with my mum, and he has brought my mum some peace. This is a young lady, and this young lady, as she talks to me, she's talking about death. Okay, thank you. She has died by suicide, okay? She's talking about the fact that she took away not far from home, and she has taken her own life by some sort of strangulation or something.
I understand where that's going.
And that you have helped her mum in a bit of a transition, okay?
Yeah.
But your nan has kind of brought her along today. She's showing the communicator around. She goes, my boy helped his mum. My boy helped his mum. And she's going around.
I need, Ash, forgive me interrupting and not to feed you, but I'm actually doing a charity evening for that family, doing psychic art with me, doing the mediumship with a friend of mine.
Great. I was going to say, I'd like to say you're doing a charity evening. Last year I was well fed. I'm slightly less well fed this year. So no, thank you for the verification, Ian, because your nan is enormously proud of it. But this girl tells me, and I think I may have even had this communicator before a couple of years ago, but she's telling me things have moved on. I've got something new to say because there wasn't enough closure for my mum. Evidence of my life after life wasn't enough. There had to be some closure around. And she's talking about an investigation. It was an investigation and an inquiry into the circumstances leading to me taking my own life. And she's talking about the fact that you've continued to be a friend to my mum, but you've also read for her, okay? And you've mentioned the charity work. She's talking about the charity. Okay, don't tell me now, but you didn't tell me the name of the charity, did you?
No.
Okay, she's telling me about the charity being specific to people that have gone through similar trauma to her and in the run-up to mental health. So not necessarily a suicide prevention charity, but a charity which is dealing with vulnerable younger people that have... Okay, right. So she's giving me that confirmation. She's talking about the fact that every charity is worth a good cause and everything needs money, but in particular... this magnifying light, we've shined light on something new, which is this element of vulnerability, which goes above and beyond the sadness and sort of depression that I was going through, because like many people with depression, I had a very different face, and I portrayed to an audience. Part of that has been you picking that apart from my mum, because my mum kept asking, why did you do it, why did you never help? I had everything I needed from my mum, but for me, I'm now at peace with the fact, for me, it was my choice to end my experience.
That's right.
Okay. And I know that you've been aware about that, and you're trying to help my mum find some sort of rational reason for it, and there is no rational reason. The chemical balance going on in my head was not good. I was not well.
That's right.
And I portrayed a character, portrayed a role. And I want to say thank you for doing what you're doing with my mum. Thank you for raising the money. She's also talking about the fact that, although I know, and she's saying, Mum has read for you, there is an element of you continuing to support things, raise money in support of this fund, but actually mediumship has been a part of the fundraiser. But she says the mediumship, from a family perspective, was a bunch of mumbo jumbo before I died. Before I died by suicide. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
And she finds it quite funny because it wasn't like we were very strict churchgoers and had this fantastic belief in it, but actually it's been what my mum needed. Actually this side, I want to give you verification and other people in the room that you are absolutely right, that it's drawn me in to work spiritually as a guide from this side, and part of that charity is helping me find other young, vulnerable, particularly
It
girls.
is, thank you.
And she's saying, you're absolutely right. I want to give you
Thank
that
you.
verification. Thank you. So she's just coming towards the end of influencing this. Your nan has laid the foundations for this as part of the channeling. But while showing the girl around the waiting room and talking about this, there are bits, what I'm being told, and we get Helen to explain it, on the periphery of the image, which intertwine a bit of you, a bit of Nan, and a bit of this girl.
Okay.
She's got the kicking K. We spoke about the curly C, which was Nan. There's a kicking K that she was just talking about as well.
My daughter.
Okay, thank you. And she very aware about what's going on. Okay, I'm going to pass this over to Helen. Thank you. Ian.
Okay, Ian, can you
Hi,
see?
hi,
Can you
Helen.
see all right?
Yeah.
It's very interesting. It was. So it was like something was being hidden, is what was coming through before
Okay.
Ashley, and that's why I was smiling when it was like this. It felt, and as soon as he said investigating, I was like, oh, that's what it is. It's like,
Yeah.
it was like really clear. It's like, no, just draw these lines. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Why are you just going to go with this? And then, yeah, it's like things just started to come the more, and it's like it was like a sense of the more methodical and the more things were just slowly coming, and you were connecting like dot to dots, or and it was just like just stuff sort of came alive, and so that was, and then this face came through right in the middle. It was really interesting, and it was just like, and then this eye, and it felt like there were parts of bodies, like there's still other parts of bodies missing, like hidden, wanting to come out. And then, it was just very interesting. I'm not sure. That's what I got. And here, like sort of windows and grates, and like looking through, and like only getting part of the picture, but waiting for the other part to come.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very
Does that
much.
make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Like an action comic strip.
It does.
I was just saying, it reminded me a little bit of like an action comic strip, with the sort of the block of the lines. Yeah. There we go. So, Ian, you understand your message.
I do, thank
You understood
you.
your communicator, and you've understood your drawing.
And that's the girl we're raising the money for that took her life.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for sharing that, Ian. And if you share with me the link to the fundraising page, we'll make sure that we circulate that. But
Thank you.
glad
Thank
that
you
was your
very
message
much.
and drawing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well done, Helen. Okay, thanks. So, how's the experiment working so far? Good, yeah. Like the blend of the mediumship and the channeled art. Good. Right, then we will continue to do that. Okay. Okay. So my next communicator is a man, a younger man. Okay, and as this younger man communicates, I'm taking him towards the back far table. Okay, right. I've got a man here who's a big fan of action films, action movies. Give me the letter S for Sierra. Steve is a sound of the name I was just getting with him. Fortune, accident. Okay, right. Thank you. Tell me more about that. Right. He's talking about dying. Accidentally. I've accidentally died. I've slipped, tripped and sort of fallen somewhere, and I've banged my head, and I've outside. Stephen or Stevens is important with this young person's name. So I was being drawn to the back of the room, the back table. But does anyone understand the information I've given so far? You do? So a couple of you maybe, right? What didn't make sense?
I don't know if you're saying that he took his life or if he tripped and fell.
I don't believe that he okay, lifestyle. My lifestyle led me to where I was and what I was doing, but I didn't intend to die, so it wasn't intentional.
There's another one here as well. I think it might be me.
Okay. Okay. Can I talk to you then for the moment?
You can, yeah.
Okay. You understand what I've said so far?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see if I can get some more information.
Yeah, because it's sort of quite specific. And I didn't actually know him very well, but
Mum, you know my mum? If you didn't,
I knew his dad and his dad's sister, who's a good friend of mine.
Right, okay. And Bethany,
No,
who's just mentioning a Bethany.
no, I don't know that name.
Okay. No, he just said, I don't know her.
Okay.
Okay, so no, sadly, I'm not with you, I don't think. Right. Come on, give me
So
some
I
more
can
information.
take Stephen and I can take a Bethany, but the person didn't trip and fall.
Right. Might get split information. Right. The man that is communicating with me, our fundamental communicator, I've got friend of the family in this room. So
Yes.
the person receiving this information would be a friend of my family. You would know my mum, you would know Bethany, and you would
Yeah.
know Stephen, and you'd be aware of my death. I'm much younger. Oh, what should I want to? Okay, thank you. I feel like I've got a 1980s birth with this person who would be around 40 odd now, but I want to go back to around 20s, end of 20s, around 27. So the significance of the 27.
No.
That doesn't make sense of you, Peter. You understand? Okay. And the manner of death, I was talking about this slip, trip and fall with a head injury, but okay. Everything else made perfect sense to you. You can take the head injury because he's quite funny. He's like, I died because everything stopped working, right? But I have had an impact and I've had a head injury. I was talking about my lifestyle, okay, and I was talking about the slip and my lifestyle being quite connected in terms of behaviour and attitude affecting behaviour. Would you understand that?
Yep.
And there's been like a regression and a slip in that.
I can
And I
take
felt that my fall is quite psychological. Okay, my fall within
The-
society before
Yes.
my death.
Yeah.
Okay, you understand that. Okay,
That
so
makes
Peter,
sense.
it's okay to work with you?
Of course it is.
He's influenced in the joint. Big fan of action movies.
Yes.
And action films. Okay, thank you. And he's got a great, warm, endearing sense of humour.
Yeah.
And I will mention, because I know I was being drawn towards that back table. There's a gentleman in a blue shirt at the moment, and he was just saying, and I can see the reflection there. He says you look like a young but better looking Steven Seagal. I can see that actually, yeah. And he was drawn over to that table. But he was a big fan of action movies, and he was like, I want his autograph.
I can take that.
And he's a big fan of yours, sir. He's fun. This guy, he is fun.
Yeah.
But I'm recognising my life was a bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Okay, and there are extreme highs, sometimes involving a high.
Yes.
Okay, you understand
yes.
that? And it was the lows I found it sort of difficult to get. And ultimately, I do take responsibility for my lifestyle, but I had no intentions of dying when I did. You understand
No, I can
that? I wasn't
take that.
intending to punch out when I did. And I'm influencing this joint at the moment. I'm working with that. I know that you are friends within the family, okay? And I know you're working as a medium, but he's talking about the fact that before your mediumship pathway, you
Yeah.
were aware of this within the family, and you still were able to provide comfort, okay?
Yeah.
And you had a knowledge which gave them comfort.
Yeah.
And then since you have got more involved in you working at obviously a different standard of mediumship now, he's talking about the fact that you have been aware of me. Okay,
Yeah.
and I feel that within the family, they've been wanting to go to you for a reading, but you haven't read for them.
No.
Okay, but they're aware of what you're doing.
Yes.
And he's talking about the fact, I wish they would just ask, even if they said, can you introduce this to someone else? Because
Yeah.
he said, I've been trying to make so much noise at home to let them know. I also know that my mum in particular is having some real problems with the grief still. I feel I want to go back a little while, with my actual death, but I feel that there's still some pain there
A lot.
in her accepting the decisions around my lifestyle. And I continue to think that it shouldn't have happened. He said, I take responsibility for all of that.
No, I can take that.
Okay. I also had several chances. There was more than like a second chance.
Oh, yeah.
It's at the comfort of home. It was a safe nest for me. I could have continued to flow back, but I've got an awful lot of me taking the mickey and taking advantage of that. I'm quite aware about that. He is talking about the fact that within you. Okay, thank you. He's talking about the fact that you changed the password on. I'm sorry, it's not your internet banking. I'm not about to reveal that to anyone. It's something about the Wi-Fi and the signal, something to do with the connection, and about you changing it to a number rather than a word, because you knew what the word is, but you couldn't spell the word.
Yeah, that's
Something about
right.
the password.
100% right, yeah.
It was just changing. You put it into a number, but then you couldn't remember what number you had changed it to. But you had
That right.
And it just because I was aware of it, and I was waiting
Yeah, yeah.
for this sort of opportunity to come forward to speak. Okay, so I'm going to pass the microphone to Helen now. You've understood who your communicator is
Definitely.
with the message, right?
Thank you.
Helen, over to you.
How are you, Peter? Oh, there you are.
Hi, yeah.
Hi. So when I first started, I had a sense of like the top of the ocean, but sort of seeing it on the side. So here I felt like it was really wavy, and then I had a sense of, sorry, I'm not very good with the mic, like earth as well, and then it was this person just wanted to come up holding it, just like there was a sense of, and it coming over. Just at the end, it was like, no, you need that needs to be spilling. It's like trying to hold it all up. But him coming out of another, it's very elemental, like the earth, sort of wind, water, it was all in there. And then sort of this fiery, she felt quite fiery as well, so all the elements. But a lot of movement, a lot of, almost like he's coming out of a whirlwind as well, now I'm looking at it. And then this winged person, he's got sort of wings and hooded down here, so if it makes sense to you. Very powerful, and it like there's support, like there's support around this person, and a bit like that looks quite hard work. Trying to hold all that up. It's like, and what would happen if you just let a little bit down? It'll be fine. It's okay. You're supported, yeah. I don't know if that helps.
Thank you. Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. Your drawing. Okay, so we're now moving to what we call the speed draw round for the last couple of minutes, where we're going to get one more communicator and message through, and I'll give slightly less evidence and less time. So I've got a woman with me, okay, and as this woman's linking in with me, she's talking about passing with a cancerous type condition. I'm up towards the right hand side of my chest and my lungs and around this area. I've had big impacts around that, and my lung has been weak. I feel I've been prone to infections. I've had infection after infection there, and I feel I've also had fluid on my lungs, almost a pneumonia type condition, and I've had life-limiting condition as a result of the treatment for the cancer. But cancer, as what's been written on my death certificate, as well as I think some sort of mask that I had to wear, she's given me lots of letters, which is useless as a dyslexic. I think she's talking about COPD or something like that. But she's given me that sensation of the mask and having to rely on air. So this is a woman you'd understand as family. She's also an auntie. She was a sibling. She's related to you. She is family. She's on mum's side of the family. And I feel I'm a sibling. I'm an auntie. I was a mum. I've had this cancerous type condition, and I've had this impact on the lung. It's life limiting. And she said for me, in the end, it was a bit of a relief because I felt more vulnerable after treating what I thought was obliterating the cancer, only to find out the cancer had spread and came back quite later. I feel like I'm being pushed towards the right-hand side of the room and maybe towards the back of the room. I can take some of it. You can take some of it. Possibly. Leslie's right. Let me get me some more information then. Right, so this lady family to you. And I am sister, or certainly I had a sister who was mum. I feel like I am mum's sister. Sister, what's mum's name? I've also got a sound like a. You still understand that? It might have switched off. Yeah, flick the switch up on the mic. It should go red. Okay, so you'd understand everything I've said. Okay. And what was your name, please? Jane. Okay, I know her. Right, she knows you. Okay, I'm over here. Thank you for those people. And as she links in, she's talking about drawing cheeky chappy and influence. She's real fun factory. She said, "I am the fun factory. I am here with bells and whistles and lights on." You understand that? And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the experiences. And although in my words, I feel I was quite miserable in my final chapter, I was quite optimistic. When they told me I was dying, I was quite optimistic that I wouldn't die when I did. And I feel I actually celebrated a day that I should have been dead. There's a day that I marked and I was like, I didn't die then. And I feel that once I'd got past that, the best of it got behind me, and I just felt vulnerable. And I'd seemed to bounce from infection to infection, you understand that? Actually, at the very end, I felt quite relieved to be in heaven. And it was, okay, thanks, take that away. I'm very emotional with that. I'm just so fed up with not being able to beat it anymore. And everyone kept saying, you've got to keep fighting, you've got to keep fighting. And I didn't have all that fight in me. But I want to say is that you gave me an enormous amount of emotional support, and I want to say emotional intelligence, okay? And in her life, not at final chapter, she's talking about recognising. Sorry, let's start again. You gave me a lot of support, but she wants to focus on the right now around your emotional intelligence and your ability to read the room, read the situation. Okay, so I consider you. We are family, but we are friends. You're aware about this. The emotional support I felt I had was that emotional love, that unconditional love I felt from you. There was an age gap here. You're younger and much smaller. Okay, right. She's talking about that. Supportive of me, easier than some of the other children. More drama, but easier to keep alive. She was just saying you were. I don't really know what that means, unless you're into amateur dramatics and drama. But
3 years.
Okay, right. And she was just mentioning that. She's talking about your ability to read the room, and she's talking about your emotional intelligence. She's talking about you being very smart, but she's talking about emotionally, you read a room so much better than anyone else, and you did it quite young, and it helps you see the big picture in a lot of situations. But it also means that you suffer falls even less gladly, because you've got people. There's a man in particular at the moment who seems to have the brain of the size of a small planet, but absolutely zero emotional intelligence. Okay, and she was just making reference to it, and yeah, the brain the size of a planet, useless. Absolutely nothing. It's functional. Doesn't understand. You could be, and there's something about emotions. You could almost like burst out into tears in front of him, and he'd think the problem was with you, even if he'd caused. Okay, right. About nuisance, idiot man, and she's sort of quite frustrated by it. Even though intelligence-wise, he's not an idiot, but he is an idiot. Okay, I don't need to filter that out. Idiot man, and you were absolutely right. I want you to continue to trust your intuitions and instincts, and I know that the same way you do. Find there's something about the pit of your stomach intuition around finding and seeking and being drawn like a piece of elastic. She wants to gently continue to encourage you on that, Paul. Okay? Sorry, it's a bit faster, but you've understood, I think, the communicator. I'm now going to get Helen to explain the drawing, but thank you very much.
Hi, can you see it okay? We're just going far away. You're welcome to come closer if you need to. Yeah, this big face just came straight in. Woof, like sometimes they do. They just come in and just the face. And there was a lot of these lines with and you were talking about, when you said bells, I was like, that resonated with me. And then I was like, actually, no, it's music. I felt like it was like actual music or resonance and energy, sound, vibration around it was important. And then it felt like that around the ear. It wanted this big thing here and here of light. This felt a bit like, like those torch lights you get on your head. And there was a sense of actually you need this right now. You need some, like a beacon here. And then, yeah, just so a lot of vibrational music, like that was a very healing thing, like vibration was coming in a lot. And, the fact that that's around the ear, it's like it's really wanting to listen, to really to hear in a deeper way.
They tune you in.
Yeah.
They just hear it, but I can't hear them yet. But I keep hearing the high-pitched like noise.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, work with him. I think he wants to work with you. Definitely around that. Yeah.
I think you've understood the communicator and your message. Wonderful. That was your message. Thank you very much. Okay, folks. Thank you so much for working with us. I think Helen Rogerson's done an amazing job. First time we've been working together. Absolutely loved it. Thank you very much, Helen. And folks, we have great pleasure now in introducing our next medium that's going to come and work with you. Some of you know her by the colour of her hair and the legend that precedes as Pink Sarah, but I have great pleasure in calling her my friend, Miss Sarah Warman. Please come and join us.
Good evening, everybody. I'm glad to be back and ready to go. As I was upstairs this afternoon, I had a young man join me, and I know that this young man, he gave me the name of Sam, but I don't know if that was his name. I know that there was something involving a scaffolding or a work accident. I know that I heard the name of Tony, that we're connecting there with him as well. Can anybody understand this young man? I know I've got the age 42 as well, that he would be now. Can anybody understand? No? Can anybody understand a Sam? No. Okay, that's a good start, isn't it? There you go. Can I work with you, Sally? Is that okay? Yeah, okay. Would you understand a younger man in spirit, please? Yes. Okay. Would you understand that this young man, I want to say, was handsome? Yes. Yeah, and he's a looker, okay? And I know that I'm smelling like Davidoff, like cool water, that sort of fragrance with him. But then as I say that, I'm hearing Kuros as well, so I know I'm going back in time with that. Would you understand? Okay. Yeah, okay. I want to say with this young man, he was brave. Would you understand? Yeah. Okay. He didn't always get things. Would you understand? With his mental health, would you understand that? I've got this, I just can't communicate on how I feel. Yeah? Okay. And it led me down a pathway that I shouldn't have gone. Yeah. But when he was absolutely amazing, you know, when he was actually well and he communicated, you know, in his younger life, you know, you couldn't stop him. You know, would you understand he loved fast cars, fast bikes, them sort of things, that bit of adrenaline junkie sort of energy with him, because that's what he's making me feel at the moment. Yeah, okay. Do you understand the name Sam? I've got Sam.
My daughter, she's Sam.
She's Sam, okay. Okay. But he's given me memories that you must have been really particular with your children, which, you know, being a mum, but he's just talking about you taught him well, you know, because he's talking about things like the Green Cross Code and the way that sort of thing. Would you understand? You're quite strict on that.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, because he's literally just saying, you know, those things you taught me well, but I still didn't go that pathway. Would you understand that? Yeah. And you understand Tony as well, please?
Tony's my dad.
Okay, and Dad, I know Dad would be in the spirit world. Yes. Yeah, quite a strong gentleman, but got a big heart. Yes. Yeah, do anything for anyone, but if you messed him, you know, you know, he'd tell you. It wouldn't be, he's not scared to speak his truth. That's what I want to say to you. Okay, I just want to say they're around you a hell of a lot right now. There must be an anniversary that will be coming up. We're in March. Yeah, there's something about March. There's something about March. Okay, if it's not within an anniversary, I feel it's an anniversary. There would be an anniversary with a gentleman. Okay. An uncle. Okay, okay. All right, okay. And just something about, there's something about someone not being, you know, your dad loved honesty. And there's just something, the energy that they're bringing in your message really is about there's something that's not quite right and not adding up around you, okay? And it's about being honest, okay? Not you, but those around you, okay? All right, I'll leave that there with you, and thank you very much for working with me. Thank you. Grab my water. Dry mouth. Okay. Better. Okay, let's go. Let's go to someone. Okay. Can I come to that the lady in the pink? Hello. Yeah, you was in. Hello. How are you? Okay. As I blend my energy with you, I've got a lady that's coming in, and I know this lady. As she approaches me, she comes in very gentle in the way that she was and her mannerism, but can be quite direct and to the point. Something done, you would know about it. I feel like I'm your grandmother, your nan, I want to say, but she went through it. She's telling me she went through it near the end of her life. It's not just one thing, it was another and another, and literally she's just showing me herself so weak, bless her. Okay, would you understand that? And as I say that, I do want to say that there was issues around her care or something that weren't quite right. Would you understand that? Okay, and she's saying thank you for being her voice. Okay, thank you for being her voice and speaking up. Would you understand that?
No, that was a friend of the family that was in the area.
Okay, so you understand what she's saying, okay? I want to say, I call them straight nanas because she used to do everything. Cook, clean, she was one of these nans that, would put her mind to anything. And that was what her life was about, making home. Would you understand?
Yeah, but she ran out of time, so she had to cook.
Clean again, okay, all right, okay. I know that she's coming in because she's bringing healing. Would you understand healing for your back? Your lower back at the moment, okay? She wants you to stop. She wants you to stop. She wants you to be still for a little while, if that makes sense. Okay? And also, I want to talk about the records. The player with the sideboard.
They were there,
Yeah. Talk about the music. You're not playing it, or there's something that's not right. There's something that you need to raise your vibration to at the moment. Would you understand?
Yeah, I don't play as much music.
Okay, all right. Would you understand a Jack Russell dog as well, please? Okay, I've got a Jack Russell dog. Okay, maybe he belongs to someone else. No, there's a Jack Russell I feel that would be in the family.
This lady's got a Jack Russell in her family.
Okay, all right. So you understand the Jack Russell dog that would be in your energy, be around you.
Yes.
You understand? Okay. And you'd understand links to. I always get Kingston because my daughter used to live there, but you'd understand links around London because I don't know where you're from, so.
Not London, no.
You don't understand Kingston and Surrey area that way?
No.
Okay. Where's Kingston? Why are you giving me Kingston?
Yeah, well, the only link is my brother went to uni there a long time ago.
Okay, and this lady would know that?
She passed before he went there, she obviously would
Know that, okay. I don't want that to fit, but just Kingston area. I do. But actually, she's bringing in the red buses. I feel there would be a memory going on the big red buses with the roof off.
That wouldn't be in London, that would be in a different part of the country.
Okay, so forgive me if I've got the wrong location. I need to mention the red buses. Okay. You'd understand a Teresa as well, please? The earth? Yeah. Yeah, so I know that I need to send love there and healing there, okay? Is it yourself that's been suffering with the headaches as well? Yeah, okay, so she's just talking about your eyes and just bringing that in as well before she goes. And I know that she wants to bring you... okay, would you stand a little baby girl that went to the spirit world as well, please? I feel this I feel this baby went in miscarriage. I feel it was around 12 weeks with that.
It was a strange situation.
Okay. I know that I've just been shown a pink teddy bear, and I do feel that there would be one in like a memory box that would still be here.
Not sure.
Okay. She's just coming around you to bring you her love and just to let you know that she's okay. She wants you to keep fighting, okay? Keep fighting and keep going forwards. And as she leaves me, She wants me to blow you a kiss. So I feel like she would have done that when she was here. Okay, thank you very much for working with me. No. Okay, I've still got Kingston in my head. No, I've got Kingston Town, so UB40, but normally sometimes Spirit give me Kingston. It could be the or it could be the song. So let me see where I'm going. Okay, can I come to the... I'm going everyone in pink tonight. Can I come to the lady in the pink scarf? Can I come to you? Yeah, okay. As I blend my energy with you, I've got this gentleman that's coming in, and I know this gentleman would be taller than myself. Quite stand-up gentleman, makes me want to stand up straight. I know respect, manners, discipline, and values to him were quite important to him. But I feel like I would have had issues with my communication or something with my throat before I went to the spirit world. Would you understand? I want to say, force to be reckoned with if you crossed him. Yeah, okay. But he had a kind heart, you know, kind heart, because he just done it for everyone's best interest. Yeah, okay. He makes me smile because he just says, I just done it my way, okay? So I know that he would have loved a little bit of that music as well. I did it my way. Okay, and I love it. I love it when they did it like that. I know that he must have liked his braces as well. Would you understand the braces?
I think so. I do seem to remember him.
Yeah, like rock on Tommy, you know, that's what he makes me want to do. Okay. I do feel he had a little bit of a belly as well. Yeah, because he's literally making me feel that. Yeah. Okay, it's just making me feel like he did have to say a few sorries before he went to the spirit world. Would you understand?
Yeah, I think he did, but he didn't.
Yeah, in his way, he think he done it. It could have been more, but that was just him, and everybody, he just accepted it for what it was. And he just coming in just to say to you, you know, without you, he wouldn't have done that. Okay. He must have wore a hat as well at some time.
Sometimes.
Yeah, because he's just putting a hat, but he wants me to take it off to you. Okay. It makes me... I feel like I want to dance. Did he actually dance as well, like Frank Sinatra? Yeah, and that sort of, yeah, dress up. Okay. Hopefully that's later. Okay. Would you understand Martin, please? Yeah. I know he's just mentioning there's been some tears around the family recently. Would you understand that?
Well, he's my brother's son, and we're not actually talking at the moment.
Okay. So I just know that we've got to just keep sending that love there, and just you know, that healing and those thoughts we pray that they get there. Yeah. Okay, so I know that that's what's something's just not right. Okay.
And he was very close to Martin.
Okay. Would you understand, do you walk around in your bare feet quite a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because he just wants me to tell you to take your shoes off. Okay. But if I go back, there would be a memory that you was always in your bare feet, but you would have cut your foot really badly. Would you understand?
I cut my leg.
You cut your leg really badly, okay. Okay. He's not really saying anything else to me, but just know that he loves you. And he didn't say it very often, but you knew. Yeah, you know. Yeah, and do you know what? Before he goes, he wants to do that. You know that magic trick? You know where they pretend they got a coin? You know, yeah, yeah. He wants to do that to you. So I know that he's just leaving that with you. And thank you very much for working with me. Thank you. Here's my mouth. Okay, where are we going now? Okay, I have got another younger energy that's blending with me, and I know that this young man, he literally took his own life. I'm in my 17s, 18s area. I'm in my teens with him. I just couldn't get my head round. There was something that happened to him and that he just didn't get over. Would anybody understand someone in their teenager? You understand that? And Richard? Okay, let me keep going. But you understand he didn't, there was something that happened to him, he just couldn't get over it. It was easier just to take myself to the spirit world and rather than face what was coming. Would you understand that? And do you understand that? Okay. Would you understand I've got links to Northumberland or Nottingham, that area. Okay, you understand? Yeah, but that sort of way. Would you understand? Okay. Can I work with you, Richard, if that's okay? Okay. Just still listen if you can, just in case. I just feel like I want to. I just know I've got links up something beginning with N, up north somewhere, all right, with him. But I want to say, this young man, quite gentle soul, quite sensitive. Would you understand that?
Yes, I would, yes.
Yeah, and if I would say, he probably would have had a little bit of ADHD, sort of, that sort of autism-y sort of condition with him, because I'm so nervous with him. I'm getting clammy hands, so I know that I would have suffered a lot as well with that. I know that he's coming around you to say, you must have connections with Mum. Would you understand? Yes. And he's saying, thank you for looking after Mum. Okay, you're making her laugh. He's making me feel that you keep making her laugh and keep being you, okay? Because he struggled being him.
That's correct.
Yeah, and he's just saying, thank you for doing that, but please keep on being you, and don't look back, all right? Okay. He must have liked basketball, would you understand that?
I think he lost a few baskets, but...
Because he showed me those big, those big trainers, the high-top sort of like basketball boots. That's what he showed me.
I can inquire about that.
Okay. Do you feel sensation on your face, Richard?
Quite a lot, yes.
Okay, I just want to say that's him, okay, and I feel like he's pinching your cheek, just to let you know he's around as well.
Thank you.
Okay. Just not real a lot of message there, just to say that he's okay, and he's just being a teenager in the spirit world, because that's what he didn't really get to be here in the physical life. And thank you for looking after Mum.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, bless you. Thank you. Okay, I've got a husband that in the spirit world that's blending his energy with me. Where am I going? I'm at the back somewhere. I know that I've got a husband that would have, I feel like I would have had issues around my prostate area with him. There was like all my waterworks area with him, my husband. Would anybody understand that at the back? No? You would understand that, Sandra? Waterworks, that area, that sort of area with him, okay? Okay. I'll work with you. Okay. And he was your husband, yes?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yes.
I think I might have brought him through before, actually. Okay, because I just heard the name Roger,
yes.
as I said that. Okay. Very musical.
Yes.
Very strong and determined as well. Would you understand that?
Could be, yes.
Yeah, okay. But I feel I've got to give you that energy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, to give you that little bit of boost, would you understand?
I can, especially at the minute, yes.
Yeah, okay. He was pretty handy, wasn't he?
He was, yes.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if you was at breakfast the other day when I'm telling everyone my husband's really good with the sewing machine, but I feel that this, he could do anything, but he was literally, I feel like this gentleman was quite handy, like with everything. Would you understand that?
Yes, he can
Yeah,
make things,
yeah.
yeah.
Especially, he's saying the sewing machine, so I don't know if you've got to get the sewing machine out at the moment, but there's just something
There
about
is
this.
something that needs sewing. We were discussing it in the car with my grandchildren the other
Okay,
day. And they were talking about getting the sewing machine out. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I know that he's mentioning that, and he's just been around you. Okay.
That was on Friday morning, actually.
Okay. And would you understand? Would you understand kittens as well that went to the spirit world?
Yes.
Yeah, there's quite a few. Did you rescue them at some stage? I shouldn't ask questions, but
Yes.
I feel like you rescued them. Yeah.
When I was young, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You're just a lover of animals. Everything attracts to you. Okay. Would you understand navy as well?
Navy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Would you understand the flag?
I'm just trying to think. His dad was Navy.
Okay. It's just like as if I've got it somewhere, or there's one that's been put somewhere, particularly a navy flag.
I can't think, Sarah.
Okay.
His dad was Navy. He trained at a nautical college.
Okay.
But he gave that stuff away mainly.
Oh, he gave it away. Okay.
But I can't remember the flag.
Okay. Okay. He's not given me any more on that, but it's just something. Would you understand links to Canada as well, please?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So wherever that's something to do with Canada and Navy there.
Okay.
Okay.
Right,
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, his aunts are in Canada and his cousins.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just know that this gentleman was a practical man, done anything for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
He got a little bit lost as well in himself. Would you understand that? He didn't cope very well with what was going on with himself. Would you
No, that's
understand
right.
that?
Yeah, yes.
Which he sort of withdrew a little bit into himself.
That's right,
And
yes.
he's just
Personality change.
Yeah. Okay. But he wants you to get back to you. Would you understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
He wants me to give you a diamond ring. Okay. A diamond ring. Would you understand? Is it your wedding anniversary soon?
End of May.
Okay.
But there is an issue with the diamond ring at the minute.
Okay.
And I've been told I should have it, so
Okay.
that's probably...
Okay, so you understand why he's bringing that forward for
Yes.
you. All right, okay. And if I go to October...
It was given to me, actually. Yes.
Yeah, okay. And would you understand if I go to October, I feel excitement in October. I feel that there would be a birthday that would be in October.
No, sometimes I just can't think quickly enough.
Okay, around the 12th of October, I'm seeing.
16th I can place, but not connected with him, but yes,
Okay.
I can place the 16th.
Okay, I got the 12th, but
Okay.
I know it's in
Yeah.
October. Okay. Did you like cricket?
Not particularly.
Okay,
no.
all right, maybe I'm moving on then.
The person the 16th of October liked
is the
cricket.
cricket.
Is the
all right,
cricket.
okay, that connects in then. Okay, thank you very much for
Thank
working with
you.
me. Bless you,
Thank you so
thank you. Okay. Oh, sorry, Sandra, before I go, I've got to give you the song Roses Are Red, My Love. So the red roses for you. Okay, so roses are red, my love. I'm not singing, sorry. No. Okay. Everyone would leave the room. Okay, where are we going? Let me see. Where are we going? Can I come to the lovely lady that was in my workshop earlier, just there? Yep, you're turning around. Hello. Right. As I blend my energy with you, I've got a lady coming forward. And I lady. She pretty much about 5'4", 5'3", sorry, and a bit cuddly in places. She wasn't. She makes me feel speak her mind. Fight for something, then she would do it. Would you understand this? Yeah. Okay. I know that I've got pains all over my body with her. I know there's an arthritic condition, arthritis would have got into her bones. But I do feel like a sickness with her as well. Would you understand this? Yeah. But bright as a button, she knew her mind. Would you understand that? Yeah. Quite strong. Just wouldn't let anyone... She just didn't want anyone to take her independence. Would you understand? Very, very capable, she's telling me, but my physical body was just letting me down. Yeah, okay. She's just coming in because she wants to give you the biggest hug, okay? And I feel like she's just wanting to me to bring to you that gentleness that you're needing right now. Would you understand that? Yeah, okay. She loved making pastry, didn't she? Yeah, I like making apple pies and, doing all that stuff with her. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, you understand?
I do.
Yeah, okay. But she was that sort of lady. You couldn't go to her house unless you've eaten. Would you understand that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's a feeder.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm an eater.
Would you understand her glasses are still here?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. She's saying people keep the strangest things. Yeah. And would you understand some hankies that were bought for her? Did you buy them? There's someone special that bought them for her with her initials on?
Yes. I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you understand May is in the name, not just the month?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Sorry, lots of yeses, but yeah.
Yeah. I love yeses. Okay. Would you understand it's someone that would be suffering with their hips on the earth at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that there's healing coming for her for that, for them for that.
Thank you.
Would you understand someone that would have played the piano as well, please?
Yeah, not classically, just a tinker.
Just a tinkle, because they're just making me want to move my fingers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I just want to say to you, she's saying your prayers are being heard. So keep sending your love, your prayers and everything. Just keep sending. All right?
Okay.
Okay. And that stuff that you're manifesting at the moment, keep doing it. Okay?
I'm listening.
All right?
I'm listening.
Who's got her earrings? Someone's got her.
I do.
You got them. Okay. What a beautiful lady, and she would talk all day, all night if she had the chance.
Yeah.
And I know that she's bringing in a lovely strong cup of tea as well with that.
Absolutely.
And would you understand dunking a donut?
No, biscuits.
Biscuits. Okay. All
yeah.
right. Someone dunks their donuts, though. Yeah.
I don't know about donuts, definitely biscuits.
Okay, just a biscuit. Okay, I'll leave her love with you, and thank you for working with me. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Warman. The pink Sarah. Not to be confused by blue Sarah, who's bad. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been such a fantastic weekend to have spent time with you, to meet new friends. And one of our mottos at Women and Spiritualist Church is, to enter the church perhaps as a stranger, but to leave as friends. And I think that as part of our Spirit Seeker, you can see I've had one gin and tonic now. As part of our Spirit Seeker experience, I find that often is the case. And I'm pleased and proud to call you all friends. Ladies and gentlemen, our next medium, my friend, the unique Mr. Ivan Lee.
Evening, everyone. We okay? You're like that corporal out of Dad's Army, aren't you? Just one step out. Okay, right. Oh God, I wish I never started on her now. 1, 2, 3. Right. You all right, everyone? I think we should have Helen every night with every medium, don't you? She's gone home and all now, quick. Right, okay. I've got about 3 different one at a time. I've got Frank. I've got a Frank gentleman coming forward. I don't know if I've got a lung condition or heart issues, but with the breathing problems. I want Frank. Is that Dad? That's your dad as well, though, isn't it? Yeah, right. Hang on a minute. And where does the John connect with you, Sandra? Sorry? Is he dead? No. Where's the John connect with you? I know you work quite well, Dave. Right, that's June's dad, isn't it? Right. Now, did your dad have the heart problems? And who had the cancer or lung condition? I don't know if it's cancer. Was that the John? Right. That's your father-in-law, yes? And there's Johnny. June, shut up, I'll do that bit, mate. Hard work, isn't it? And he was a drinker. Yeah, and a bit of a, how do we say it? This is all for June, not for you, by the way.
I know.
Okay, because I know she's been ill. I don't like doing this, but I've got to do it because he's jumped in. Your old man's quite lovely man. I never met your dad. Very lovely man, quite gentlemanly. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Likes a bit of fun. And he's a Chelsea boy?
Yes, he was.
Of course he was. He's a good lad. We could be here for a while. Okay. Johnny's a bit weird, and I never met Johnny either.
No.
Okay, because I do have, my head's gone, so he must have had quite depressant things. It's like, shut up. As June would often tell you, no, be quiet. I got proper mental illness. I don't know if I'm like schizophrenic, but I'm different people. Does that make sense? I'm doing the sign of the cross there. Look. But I don't like this. He was found indoors. Does that make sense? And it's almost like I don't know if I was there for a day or a couple
of days.
Yeah, because it's like he's all right. He's fine. He's with Dad. That's John, Dad, your father-in-law. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And when does Rose connect with you as well? Don't go away. Sandra, no, not Sandra. I've got a Rose or Rosemary or Rosie that wants to connect in. I don't know where I want to be, but I've got to find you somewhere. It's not you. It's not you. Okay. Does anyone over there connect with a Rose or Rosemary, Rosie? I will find you. You can take a Rose. I ain't giving them out, love. Right. I feel like I'm over here. Was that grandmother, though?
My grandmother's sister.
Right, I don't mind that.
My great auntie.
No, I don't want... I'll sort this out in a minute. I ain't finished with your John and Johnny, because one's John, one's Johnny. Your dad's Frank, quite gently, wanted to come in, introduced himself, got them in together. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And is there a Mary as well?
No.
I know.
Can't think of a
I know, I'm
Mary.
joking, mate. Right, did you connect with a Mary or Marion? Mary, right, it might be your Rose then.
I don't know.
Okay, it might be, I'm not sure. Right, I ain't finished yet, Michelle, sorry, not finished. And Michael as well somewhere. Who connects with a Mick? Mike. Is that with you? Good. Right, now, Dave. More for June, because I know she's been under the weather and that, because I've got her brother and her dad coming in, so trying to give her a bit of oomph. Does that make sense? As though she does try to do too much, but she's sort of, how do I put it? You're going to say she don't do enough, aren't you, as it's your wife?
She doesn't.
She's not here, is she? I mean, she's here, but she's not here. Okay, because they just want to sort of give her a bit of upliftment, because she's been a bit down recently. Not just the illness, but she's been a bit... Yeah, okay, Johnny Boy. This is Johnny Boy. Does that make... I don't know what I called him Johnny Boy for. Your brother-in-law Johnny.
Yes.
Don't be hard work.
Sorry.
How many scotches you had?
Not enough.
Yeah, it don't look like it, does it? But yeah, because he's talking about. I don't like saying this, but he had a decomposed body. Does that make sense?
It did,
but he's fine, and he's with your dad. Do you understand that?
That's nice.
And he wants to thank you because you and June between you must have sorted everything out for him.
Yeah, we did.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. You quid there, but you can't be bothered to check it out. Just sort of got rid of it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right, because that's interesting. I've got donkey. Hang on a minute. Dinky toys. You know
Dinky toys. Yeah,
the
loads of them.
Yeah, loads of little dinky toys.
In the attic.
Donkey toys.
All in boxes.
Shut up a minute. Will you? Oh, tell him to be quiet. Kick him. Yeah, thank you. Oh, dung. That's it. Dung. Sorry. Right. He's talking about car dinky toys.
Yes.
Still in prime condition.
Yes.
In their boxes.
Yes.
Have you still got them?
Yes.
Good. They're worth a few quid there.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Johnny. 50% to me.
Yeah. Split it.
No, I'm joking. But he's just making right because he wants to thank you for sorting everything out. But they want to keep an eye on June because it's like she's overdoing stuff at home, back at home. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I know she frets and worries too much, but they want to stop her worrying too much because worry don't. No, I want Mum. And we'll find you. Unless it's Elizabeth, which is Betty. All right, love, hang on. It's nothing to do with you, that one. Okay. Now, Mick is the one, he's got to do the main communicating. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's quite important, I don't know why, that he wanted to get in. And who had the cancer condition as well? Nettie? Because he's talking about someone, not him, who had a cancer condition.
His wife, Mary.
That's Mary, is it? Good. Mick and Mary?
Yeah.
There's a sitcom there waiting to happen, isn't there? So Mick and Mary show. Right, okay. Because was Mary the quieter one?
Yes.
Because she's not too loud. She's quite demure is the word I want to use. Does that make sense? Mick's not so demure.
No.
He's quite sort of bosh. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And thank you, mate. Mary was his wife, and he's with his wife. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. But Mick, and he's talking about his. Wait, okay. I've got someone who had the heart problems as well.
That could be my mum.
Right, that your mum.
Yeah.
Right. Did she pass quite quickly with it? For a start, there's two things that are not right in there. It's a bloke, and it passed quickly, so it's not your mum.
No.
All right? Okay. He's quite pushy, actually, this fella. He wants to get in. I don't know where it connects. But I want to stick with Mickey and Mary. Mickey and Mary. I quite like that. I'll start Mickey and Mary show. Da-da-da. And he's got a very nice, fun sense of humour, because I know what you're doing, mate. Because he wants to bring it forward, sort of cheer you up and give you a bit of upliftment. You've been a bit down recently, Nettie. I know you've been all right this weekend. Does that make sense?
It's really cheered me up this
yeah,
weekend.
yeah. But generally, back home.
Yeah.
I got it, mate. Back home. Friendly man as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Very friendly man. No, I'm all right. Like to drink.
Yes.
Not too much.
No.
But like to drink. Okay. All right, mate. No, I'm all right. I'm working. And because he's making reference. I tell you, he's a funny. Okay. yeah. Right, back home, because we don't do fortune telling, but it's been a bit miserable. But this weekend's been like a tonic for you to get your sort of upliftment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's also talking about, I don't know if there's not health issues, we don't like saying that, but I don't know if there's a doctor visit or something to do with hospital visits with you.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Okay, we don't do fortune telling, all right? Especially with health.
Yes.
But he's making, this is Mickey, and he never listens to doctors, no one. He's a man unto himself. I quite like him, thank you, my friend, because he is like a man's man. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because he's making reference with you. That went very high then, didn't it? Really? You surprised me. And then you surprised me because you look as though you would do as you're told.
No.
Yeah, because he said, don't listen to her, pal. Called me pal, by the way. It's like she don't listen to anybody. She just gets on with it. I'm talking about doctors, whatever. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And she doesn't bloody listen because she thinks she knows better. He's telling me to tell you, tell her to bloody listen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know if there's medication you're on.
Yes.
Okay, but he keeps changing them. As though there's been talk about change of recently. You ain't a doctor, mate, so I don't know where you're going here. He's talking about recent change of medication.
Yes.
Does that make sense? And the recent got it. The recent change of medications made you feel a bit icky.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. But did she? And you stopped taking it for a couple of days
Yeah.
because it made me feel too icky.
Yeah.
Well, you're not meant to stop. You ain't going to get. I've got to tell her. I've got Bruce Forsyth coming through here, everybody. Anybody? Right. That's quite good, wasn't it? Yes. That wasn't bad, was it? Doddery not. Right. He is a Mickey taker, and I tell you what, Michael, or Mick, as he was commonly known as. He's quite a mimic. He likes to take the mick out of people and sort of take on their personas. I'm not saying he's a ventriloquist, I was going to say. What's the word called? That's it. He's not one of them, but he likes to think he can. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he's take the bloody pills. If it makes you feel icky or not, eventually it'll make you feel better anyway. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And he's gone down my left side here. You want to keep me going, right? No, I don't know. I don't know. initial JP or PJ initials. I don't know if it's John, Paul, John, or could it be Peter? Does anyone connect with it? It is John or Joe. Does anyone connect with the John? John that's passed. John, I want. You have a Frank as well, don't you?
Here.
Living. Yeah, I don't want to kill everyone, love. We left some living. Where?
Frank's here.
Right. Does John connect with Frank?
Yes.
But does he connect with you, Therese? He's not yours.
Yes, he does connect
But
with me.
is his... Oh, hello.
I've gone up. Oh, no, I haven't. Yeah, he does.
But where's... I want the JP.
Brother with a P name.
Is
Another
he
brother.
Pete or Paul?
No.
No. I don't feel it's your John. Did he have a cancer condition?
Yes, he did.
Right. I've got two Johns here. And I've got JD as well. Who's the JD or DJ?
It's
I don't mind doing it. Right. Who's that?
Michelle.
Your dad, did he have a heart attack? Passed quite quickly? In the toilet?
He's on his way back from the
I
toilet.
don't mind that. Got Elvis here, everybody. No, I don't know why this is. Your dad's coming in, and John wants to, and he had the cancer conditions. That makes sense. And with John, I got my throat all funny as well.
Yeah.
Who had was it here?
Yes, it was all up.
Yeah, because he connects it. You know what I mean? It's here, and he's talking about. All right, mate. Normal bloke, London boy. Do you know what I mean? All right, mate. Okay.
Yeah.
Your dad just wants to say hello, Shell. All right.
Yeah, hello, all right.
Yeah, no problem. All right, John. Now, because he's talking about it, he always got on with it. Because this, I don't know if he's got it, it's come back, or there was a few issues with this cancer condition with him.
It was aggressive.
Yeah, because he said when it really took hold quite quick. Does that make sense? And he's quite a nice bloke. And I don't know who had I've got a beard. I've got a funny beard. I have actually got a funny beard, but I've got a funny beard with him.
He had, yeah.
Not as good as mine. A bit weirder.
It was longer.
Yeah.
But it was
similar. Like a cat weasel type, more biker type. Does that make sense?
We called him Cat Weasel.
Well, there you go. See? For the younger people, Cat Weasel was a famous character in the 70s. Played Bucket. Anyway, right. Okay, mate. I quite like him. He's a nice bloke, your brother. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's actually a nice man. And he's quite a friendly bloke. He's no mug. He's quite, Pardon, love? He's quite easy to get along with. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
And he's talking about, I don't know if there's, he keeps talking about some moving. I know you've got girls. Has one of the girls been talking about moving?
Yes.
Because there's an issue with one of the girls. I don't know if it's the partner still.
No, they're all right.
They're all right because there have been issues there. Does that make sense?
Probably, but she won't tell me.
All right, don't worry.
But I
don't
think
worry.
there is.
Yeah. Well, this is you're all right, mate. Well, that'd be her uncle, wouldn't it? Couldn't it? John, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Right, but he just want to come in. I don't know if he's definitely talking about someone possibly moving because they're quite frustrated where they are, and he's trying to help them out with a move, and they want to go to one of your girls.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Not you. You're all right where you are.
Yeah.
Understand that? Okay. Simple as that. Is it, John? Right. There's two Johns. Who's the other John?
Don't know.
Yeah. Right. I've got another John here. Oh no, it's your John. Shell, was your dad John?
Yes.
Was he JD?
Yes.
Right. Like the drink.
Yes.
Right. He's annoying, isn't he?
Yes.
No, he is, because he can't be what, mate, how you doing? And he's not old to a pass. He's young. I don't know if he's in his 50s. That sort of, I'm not an old man.
Well, he was. Well, no, he died on his birthday. He was 65.
Sorry?
Died on his birthday.
No, he said late 50s. I'm not having this.
No.
Right. No, I know.
Oh, I know.
No, there's two here.
Yeah.
There's two here.
Yeah.
Right. Who's the other? Is it another John, though? Or Joe? Might be Jim, actually. I've got another J name. Jim.
Yeah.
Jim,
Yeah.
Joe.
Jim
Does that
and John, yeah. there's
Jim and
another-
John.
Jim.
Christ almighty. Right, Jim and John. Right, hello, because your dad's annoying me now, because he just want to come and say hello, because it's like, you know he's around you. I know Mum's passed. Did Mum pass quite quickly as well? Who had the... I got a stroke or some sort of aneurysm.
Not a stroke.
Don't know if it's... Was there a brain thing? Because I don't think it's... I've got a lady coming in. I've got problems up here.
Yeah, I know that one.
No, I don't think she's with you.
Okay.
I actually don't think she's with
But
you.
I know that one. I know one, yeah.
No, it's not. No, right. All right, mate. Jimmy, John, Joe, John.
Yeah.
John.
Yeah, I've got all them.
They just seem to love the fine. Quick, short, sharp,
Cheers,
and sweet.
thanks.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I've got to get this lady sorted out. She
Brilliant.
jumped in there. It's actually dementia.
Okay.
Nothing to do with you.
No.
Right, okay. All right, love. Did Dad have a ring that someone's kept and all?
Yes.
Yeah, because he just, I thought he was going. He's maybe reference to someone's got his ring here. Does that make sense?
My brother has, yeah.
That'd do. What's your brother's name? Don't say John. Is it John?
No, it's Ian. That's Ian. Doesn't start with a J.
Right, I've got it, mate. Yeah, go on then. Yeah, Dad just says, like, okay, because his passing was quite quick and out the blue. Does that make sense?
It wasn't quite quick.
No, this is Jim, the other
Jim,
fella. Jim's was, sorry, because Jim
Jim's
keeps
quick.
coming in. Sorry,
Yeah.
mate. And it's like, when they get together, they're quite funny, you know, and they're sort of what called, oh, boy, you know what I mean? But they just send their love, they're fine. That's for you. I know you do the camper van stuff and all that.
Yes.
But have you been talking about buying a property or selling another property? Talk about movement with houses or homes.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
talk
could-
him into something, but
Oh, well, I'll leave that with you. I'm not going to get involved, but it's. I don't know if it's like investing in a home or
something like that.
that sort of lines. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Not actually moving. You've got a camp van go where you like, really, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because your dad's laughing at all that, but I'll leave that with your
Yeah.
dad, okay? But he's just making reference. What he says you've been thinking of doing, I don't know what it is, and it's something to do with some sort of investment, if you like, into
Yes.
property. Okay, mate. Your dad says ain't a bad idea. That's his opinion, though. Does that make sense? That's just his opinion.
okay,
Right, don't make him right,
okay.
but it's just his opinion.
Okay.
All right? So I'll leave his love with you. Say God bless. Thanks.
Thank
right,
you.
now,
Cheers.
I've got to sort this. Yeah, don't worry. I've got to sort this lady out. She's connected. Okay, love. It's a dementia condition, and it's almost. I'm sure it's Elizabeth or Betty. I might have it wrong. Might be Lils or Linda, Liz. Does anyone connect with the lady? I want Mum, who had a dementia condition. Hang on a minute. Slow down. No, it's not you. I'm sorry, you're doing that. No, it's not. I know yours. It's not yours. Was it Lil? Did your mum have dementia, Paul?
She was confused, but I don't think it's
Was it Elizabeth or Liz that connects it? Right. I do know you as well, Polly. Right. Okay. Yeah. All right, mate. Yeah. Right. Now. Yes? No, we don't do middle names. We're not Sally Morgan. She keeps saying mum, though. Mum. That's mum, isn't it, Liz? Right. Now, I might have this. I don't think it's you, Ian. Right. Okay. Right, Paul, listen up. Okay, because I knew your husband. He's here as well. I'm not going to bother with him in a nice way because I knew him. Okay, and
You
he's
did
a funny
mention
bloke,
it, Jim. Yes,
and
darling.
I know it's cancer, etc., etc. Okay, right, but I didn't know your mum, and I know nothing about your mum.
No.
Okay, because was mum quite a strong lady as well?
Very posh and very strong.
Yeah, because it's very, and because she, I got it, love. Who bossy, isn't she?
She was.
Jesus, she's bossy.
They didn't call her matron for nothing.
Yeah, I'm talking about real mum, because I know
Yes.
there's stepmum as well,
Yeah.
but it's real mums. That makes sense. Wow, she's frightening me. Okay, I mean, she's frightening me. Because as she connecting, I weren't thinking straight. If I mistook her for dementia, don't mind, but
No.
it was like a confused condition. Does that make sense?
She died of a brain hemorrhage.
Thomas, a tank engine coming through there. Okay, right, because she kept, does that make
Yes,
sense?
yes.
Right, okay. But before she actually passed with the hemorrhaging, it must have been something there that was
Yes,
quite sort of
yes,
not right with her,
yes,
because it's very
yes.
chemical imbalance,
Yes.
because she just wants to pop in. I know on the earth plane, you're right, love, she was quite, boom, 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 bit like the Terminator, really. You know, if you'd done she'd have you.
Yeah.
That was it. Does that make sense? Even Jim's... Sorry. I forgot his dry sense of humour. He's hiding behind it. He said, I'm hiding, mate. Does that make sense? Right. Yeah, but it's mum wanted to come in.
Yes.
Lizzie,
Yes.
Elizabeth. Was she Liz, though?
Yes.
Yeah, because I know it's Elizabeth.
Yes.
So it can be Betty or Liz.
Yes.
I got it the wrong way round, thinking it's Betty, but it's all right, love. Liz.
Yeah.
Liz.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And there's something about when, love. I don't know where the April connection is. There's something about an April connection. Your birthday. Right, here we go. When is that then? It ain't the first, is it? It
No.
must be. No, I'm joking.
I'm sandwiched between the Queen and Hitler.
I ain't got no answer there, love.
And Jim said I had nothing in common with the Queen.
Sort of go with that. Right. But with that, I got it, darling.
Yes.
She's so shut up and listen to me.
Yes.
Okay, that's her. Does that make sense?
Fastidious is the word.
Very.
Yes.
not unkind, just
No,
the way she
no,
was.
yeah.
That makes sense. It's almost like in the previous in her life, not previous lives, she was a bit downtrodden, had to be this
Yes,
strong, as
yes.
though she was brought up by
Yes. Yes.
the. Do you know? Okay,
Yes.
I got it, love. And she made sure everyone. Okay, I like you. She made sure everyone's okay. Does that make
Yes,
sense?
yes.
Okay. Now, because the April, your birthday, not a big one this year, is it, Paul?
Very big.
Good girl. Well
Far
done.
bigger than I want it to be.
I'm not going there. Well, happy 50th, Paul.
Thank you. That's what my bracelet says.
Well, happy big, because you might, I know Jim's laughing. You know, I know he had that stoic laugh because I remember it's like just giggling away. Does that make sense?
Well, he'd have been 80 this year. That's why he's laughing.
Okay, right. But I can't say that. It's very dry, quick-witted humour he had.
Yes.
Because he just
No, no.
spark out. Just 'cause when you said that, he went, "Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're going to be older than me, and I'll always be younger than you."
Yes.
Now he said it. Does that make sense? All right, mate. Right, but it's mum's the main one. Does that make
Yes,
sense?
darling.
Because it's like, all right, Liz. You don't often hear from her.
No.
You hear from all the others, like Dad's,
Yep.
stepmum, Jim, the other husbands.
Yes. Who's not dead yet. I didn't kill him, I just left
We'll
him.
see. Okay, no, I'm joking. But it's like, okay, love, I know. But Mum, Liz, want to come forward. All right, love. Because I never usually do it, and I wanted to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, you have heard from her, but not as often
No,
as all the
no,
others.
no.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
And I don't know whether it's like, who's got the... Oh, really? No, it's not you. Someone else. Interesting. Mum sends her love, she's fine, all right? You know,
Okay.
Jim's all right, scutting
Yes.
around back there, mate. Okay,
Yes.
but she's fine, but she
Thank
sends
you,
her love,
darling.
fine. It's,
Thank
it's
you.
mainly for the big birthday coming up.
Yeah.
You having a party?
Possibly.
Good girl.
I've got to sell a family heirloom to pay for it.
Because that ain't the ring, is it?
No, it's a diamond brooch.
Better do, get rid of it, love, you don't need it.
I know I don't.
If you don't wear it for 6 months, you don't need it.
Yep.
Go. Let's have a big party. Everyone busy April, got a party to go.
You will all be invited, do not fret.
Okay. Right, that's for you, Polly.
Thank you,
Cheers,
darling.
thanks.
Thank you.
I've got a Jean. I'm sure it's Jean. It could be, no, it might be Joyce. Do you know what it with the Joyce that's passed? Joyce. I'm not sure where I'm on the, no, it's
Right
not.
at
I
the
know
back.
it's not. Is it Mum, though? No, I feel like, no, I want Mum's side of the family, not Joyce. I want Mum's, is that Mum's sister, Les? Oh, why am I going to people I know? Hey, Les, you all right? How you doing? I don't know if it's you. But is there also, I've got 2 different names here. I've got a Joyce, but I've got another woman, Jay. So I don't know if it's like June or Joan. It might actually be Joan. Who? Joan. Is Joan Mum, though? Yes. Right, what's your name? Jeanette. Hi, Jeanette. You're Jean. Jeanette, right. I think I'm with Jeanette. I don't think Ron's all right. Your dad said hello, all right? And have you still got his medals? Yeah, because he's talking about his medals, your dad. All right. Does that make sense? Right, now. Janine. Jeanette. Nettie. Fred. Right, okay. Joan. Thank you. A lot of Jones today, you see. Right, because I've got Joan. Did you get on with Mum all right, by the way?
No.
No, because I feel very... I feel like Jeremy Kyle for a moment. So I need to sort of bridge a gap. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to go into detail. What's her name? Truth of the matter. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
But it's almost like, but she wanted to connect in. She's far too... Don't make me... She shouts. Wow, she shouts. It's got to be loud. I've got to hear her from heaven, haven't I? I didn't think that was that funny, actually. All right, love. Just... Oh, calm down, for Christ. Right.
Okay.
Far too much of a stubborn lady to even apologise or even... Yeah, I've got it, love. Or even think she was wrong. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It is different, that side of life.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to get in here, and she ought to, because there is, without, you're not going to say it, are you? She's not saying it because she's got, the arms are crossed like that. I'm not saying that. You can just, with your mum. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
However, there is I can feel that. There is apologies because I can feel a tear coming up, as though on that side of life, she's much more of a mother figure than she ever was on this side of life.
Right, yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. and she's coming. I can't. She turns everything around because she gives something one hand and take it with the other.
Yep.
Yeah, because she's laughing about all your ink work. Not her cup of tea. You got them all over the place, love.
Yeah, I know.
Tramp stamp. Good girl. All right, I got it. Right, okay, I got it. Fred don't connect with you, does it?
Who?
Fred. Is Fred one of yours?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'd have Fred.
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 Frank. Joe. John.
Engelbert.
No.
Or Bert.
Bert, yeah.
Yeah, I know they're Bert.
Yeah.
It's Jones. That makes sense. It's your mum, all right?
Yeah.
I'm not changing that because it's like but Fred's not dad though, is it?
No.
Who's the Fred that connects?
Uncle.
Did you get on with Fred
Yes.
the uncle? Because he's quite a nice man.
Yes.
And he's like, okay, mate. I know he's not dad, but he's in the background, but he made me feel like he's a father figure.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right. That's why I mistook it for dad. Right. Says hello because he was like he would look out for you. Does that make
Yes.
sense? I'm going to be brutally honest here. Your mum wouldn't look out for you. She'd just let you get on with it, wouldn't give a toss. Does that make sense? Because she's
Yeah.
telling me to say this, but I know, love, but that's how she wants to get across the fact. It's like, on that side of life, she tries to make up for what she didn't do down here. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. And who's that? How long have I got? No, wait. Pat don't connect with you, does it?
Who?
Pat.
Yes.
Gentleman Pat. Not woman Pat. But Patrick. I've got a Patrick coming in here. Is that dad? Ex-husband? You kids of today. Right. I might be finishing with you. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? But right. Mainly it's been Mum Jones. That makes. And did Mum have different health issues before she passed?
Pardon?
Did Mum?
Yeah.
Did Mum have different health issues when she passed?
Yes.
Good. I don't mean good she did, but she's just making reference to all the different health issues before she passed. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say, usually I'll end it with like she sends her love, she's fine. I'm not doing that.
Don't blame you.
Because she just said she said to me, don't do that, she won't believe you.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm not right, it's your mum, okay? But that's how she was a bit down, isn't it? A bit macabre. But that's the truth of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But there is, I know, love. She has been trying to do more over this side of life for you than she did down here. Simple as that. I'll leave it there. All right.
Okay.
Fred's all right though.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Hang on a minute. No, I was just about to say I'm not with you. I've got a Patrick or Pat that's passed. Here we go. No, I don't think it is, because he's not Irish. Oh, we are. What's he are? Mark. Hello, Mark. Patrick. But not Irish.
Yes, Irish.
No. Not. Yeah. Well, he might. I don't know. It's cancer. I don't know if it's cancer or a lung condition, but I'm around the lungs with this fella. Is that with you, Mark?
Yep, it's with me.
Right. Did he have a lung condition?
He did indeed, yeah.
Right. Okay. Was he? He wasn't strong Irish, though, was he?
Yeah, very.
Because he's an up.
So,
He's quite a wind-up.
no.
I don't think
take
it's
that.
yours, you know.
Yeah.
I really don't. Hello. Yes?
I could take an Irish Pat.
Patrick?
His nickname is Pat. I can tell you more if you want. But
No, let me get more information. It don't feel right, don't feel good. Patrick. You're Patrick, because it's a lung condition I can't get away
Yeah,
from.
100%.
I don't know if it's lung cancer or emphysema, but I've got that sort of thing.
Yeah, lung cancer.
Yeah, going on here. And did it get aggressive quite quickly for him?
Yeah.
Because he said, I'm playing with you.
Yeah.
He said it went downhill quite quick. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes
right.
sense.
I've got someone with him, though, who's quite a joker and takes the mickey a lot. Does Stephen connect anywhere? Or I don't know, it's Sean Stewart. It's a sounding name.
No.
It ain't with you, is it? Sarah.
Yeah, Stephen is on the earth though.
I'm sticking with Pat for the minute because
Right,
he's
okay.
jumped in. Right, all right, mate. He's annoying me.
Right. Okay.
Because it's like he's very. Did you know him quite well, Mark?
Yeah, extremely well as my granddad.
Right, I know it's your granddad. Didn't I say that? Sorry. Right, but he's quite sort of. He likes to mess about and tease and makes people go around the houses. Though he's not quite a straightforward fella. He's a straightforward fella, but he's doing a bit of a wind up. What we're doing here, as though he's. I know what he's like. He keeps taking the mickey. Okay, now don't panic. Okay, because he's talking about like cancer because he got aggressive quite quickly for him. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
he's also showing me a watch. Someone must have one of his watches.
Quite
So he keeps showing me a watch, and never. I don't know if it's like a signet ring or some sort of ring as well. He's showing me.
Not that I know of.
Yeah,
but
there
it could
is,
be
because
possible.
I like him because he says, I'm bloody right to them, tell the boy he knows nothing, I'm right, and that's how he's coming across. That
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice man, actually, I quite like him. Not a pushy bloke, well, he is a bit. Did he like a drink?
Yes.
He's Irish, of course he did. Okay. I don't mean alcoholic, he just liked to drink, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good, very short, sharp, simple. Wants to come. Have you been suffering with the back problems? She's nodding.
A few years back, I broke my back, but...
Oh, that's a problem, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, but has it been twinging or giving you a little bit of jip? Not a lot, but a little bit of jip lately, because you don't tend to moan or say anything when you're ill or when something's going on. She's just nodding away. Sarah, answer for him, will you?
Yes.
Yeah, right. No big deal, because Pat's just mentioned it. I know you broke your back, and that's quite a serious thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As though I've got it. Problem with backs, once they're gone, they're gone. They never fully recover. Do you understand that? But it's okay, I got it, mate. But he just wants to say hello, he's fine, because really, I like that. Because I know you're Sarah's fella. You don't often get messages, do you?
No, not at all.
No, because Pat said he usually gets nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I like you. He wanted to come in and change that. Does that make sense? What's wrong with you, Sarah? You live with him. Tell him. I like it. All right, I will tell her. Because he says, all right, mate. I can't get rid of him now. Right, because it's like you very rarely get a message ever. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Publicly, I'm talking about.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, because this is the first time he's popped in publicly to say hello to you.
Indeed.
And I've got other people. And I know there's a Patrick who's very Irish, but is there also a Bridget or Bridge or Bridie? That's the word I'm looking for. It's like a Brut sounding name.
Sarah's saying yes, but I can't think.
My sister.
It's hard work sometimes, isn't it? Are you all right? How you doing? You okay? Having a nice time? Good.
No, Sarah's clutching at something that's not there.
Right. No, there might be something else going on then, because that's Barbara, actually. I've got a Barbara, but I don't think Barbara's yours.
Yeah.
Oh, who's Barbara?
Yeah.
Your mum-in-law?
Mother-in-law.
Right.
Yeah.
Babs says hello. I like Babs, quite a friendly lady. All
Yeah,
right. That
she was lovely.
I don't know what I'm doing that for. But she's fine. Does that make sense?
Yeah, lovely.
So Barbara says hello. That'd be your mother-in-law. You would have known your mother-in-law. Does that
Yeah,
make sense? I know you
very
knew
well.
Pat, your granddad.
Yeah.
Nice man, your granddad. Bit of salt of the earth. Tried to bring you up right. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Very nice man.
Yeah.
Very Irish. You're right, actually. He's very, very, very... Stop swearing. Very Father Ted. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he'd never swear, but he was really strict. And
It's like...
yeah.
I've got Barbara laughing, actually. She's the swearer.
Yeah, she would be.
Yeah. Always the women, you see. Okay. No, he's quite a polite, stoic. Not stoic, it's the wrong word. Quite polite man. Does that make sense?
Yeah, extremely.
He's quite funny. A straight man.
Yeah.
I don't mean, but just straight as a die, as they would say. Does that make
100%.
sense? Yeah. Barbara's a bit nutty, but I'll leave that there. She's a bit... bit flirty, your mother.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, no. She's... Anyway. I'd leave all their love with you and say, God bless.
That's lovely. Thanks very
Cheers.
much.
Thank you very much. Right, we've, thank you. We've the end. I think Ashley's going to say a few things. Are you, Ashley? He is. He's going to say a few things. We have some entertainment tonight. We have Steve Well, who will be performing for you. What sort of music he do?
Good music.
Good music. Ask for Joanna. He's very good singing. Ashley Robert. Thank you for coming, everybody, and for the weekend. Thank you very much. Cheers, mate. And have a thank you to Ashley and Ray and the Robinsons for doing this weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ivan Lee. Okay, my next communicator is a fantastic enthusiast of amateur music by the sounds of it. Obviously has some hearing problems and is tone deaf. but enjoys his music. I have no idea what that is. Folks, I'm going to talk over them. It's very rude ordinarily, but I want to say thank you so much to all of you for making Spirit Seeker such a wonderful success.
Why is the thing that when they play the radio and you
Yeah.
go up to it, you
I want to thank the universe for all the additional challenges that this weekend has brought us. Lack of lifts and amateur musicians and everything else. Folks, thank you for you. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your appetite. We're going to bring on Steve Well, who's hopefully on a totally different frequency than this microphone. We will shut that down. I want to just say thank you to my fantastic team of mediums. Please give them a round of applause. Fantastic team of mediums, demonstrators, lecturers, private readers, absolutely outstanding. And thank you to all of you. I love you very much. Good night, God bless.